boxer's fast. He has to be fast or have excellent timing. Mayweather's pretty fast, and he definitely has excellent timing, okay? And aim, for that matter. He's pretty precise with his punches. He just doesn't throw a lot. That's what makes him a boring fighter. Just like Joshua Clottey. Just not a lot of offense going on. You know, a turtle in a shell is not exciting. Watching a kid poke at a turtle in a shell is not exciting. We want to see offense. That's the consumer. That's the boxing consumer. Now, what Manny brings that Floyd is not ready for, that so many boxers thought they were ready for when they got in the ring with Manny, what Shane Mosley thought he was ready for when he got in the ring with Pacquiao, was his speed. Okay? His speed. And they watch the tapes and they think they can prepare for it. But the human mind has a process. The brain works on timing. It takes time to process when something is coming at you in order for you to react. It comes in through your efferent nerves. The commands go back out through your afferent nerves to make muscles move. Okay, that's the way it works. You're never going to get past that. You might get a computer chip in your brain, get really fast. For right now, this is where we are. Okay, the process won't change. You take the information in, you make a decision, you then put the information out, which makes your body move. All of these boxers, from Oscar De La Hoya to Brandon Rios, they all say the same thing. Chris Algieri, he's too fast. He's too fucking fast. Diaz said the same thing. He said it wasn't his punching power so much. He was just too fast. Who's the Puerto Rican boxer? Cotto. Cotto is a strong, heavy-duty boxer. Great counterpuncher when he wants to. He can do offense or defense. Too fast. Manny Pacquiao is too fast. And a lot of them wanted to say, he didn't hurt me. He didn't hurt me. But they found themselves, just like Shane Mosley, on the canvas. His legs wouldn't work for 5 seconds. Did you see that? They wouldn't work. Shane Mosley doesn't get knocked down. Not very common for him. I think it's been 4 or 5 times in his whole career. Pacquiao had him on the deck, caught him in the chin. He's too fast. And Shane Mosley is probably the second fastest boxer of this era. But he couldn't stop. And Shane Mosley also rocked Mayweather in his fight with him twice. And I think it was in the 2nd or 3rd round. One thing Mayweather's great at, adjustments. This is something else you got to watch out for. If he gets hurt, he knows how to change what he's doing so that doesn't happen again. So let me give you an example of what's going to go on. First, let's go ahead and listen to the experts, because who am I? But these guys are experts here. This is going to be very hard to sync up so I can tell you who's speaking at a given time. Before we start that, let me get over here and adjust things so I can make them happen at the same time. So I'm going to have to start this video and get it about 5 seconds in, play the other one, and then come back to this one. So let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll start it at about 7. That way I can start playing the one you're going to be hearing while coming back to this one and syncing it up so I can tell you who's talking. I know the guys by face, but they don't say it in the video. So let's try this here. All right. Play.
Well, he has speed and power, and when he puts them together, it was very
6, 7, 8.
amazing. People don't really realize
damn, I just about got it perfect. This is Freddie Roach, Manny's trainer. Got Parkinson's disease, great trainer.
About the speed and power that Manny possesses.
Now, lastly, before I let you go, Freddie, your predictions before the fights have become pretty legendary about like what round is going to end in and such. What's your prediction for this fight? The will end.
Well, I think Manny can knock him out somewhere along the way. But the thing is, we're not going to go in there looking for that. We're just going to win every round one at a time, and if a knockout comes, it comes.
Still see Mayweather winning. I think Mayweather's.
All right, this is Abel Sanchez, GGG's trainer, Triple G, which is I think his name's Gulanov or something. He's a great new fighter.
Disadvantage for Floyd. He's got Floyd Senior in his
Can't remember his name.
To me,
So they're giving Floyd the Angel Garcia, Danny Garcia's father.
Undefeated. I have to go with Floyd. May 2nd, I think Floyd gonna pull that off easy. He don't gotta go for the knockout. He gotta be smart. If it do happen,
I don't think he'll pull it off easy.
He's already been proven that he can get knocked out. Because he didn't get knocked out, he had a concussion. He was sent to the hospital. Anytime you get a concussion like that, person don't know about boxing, like myself, know what came behind that was the brain hit the skull. Okay? And the thing is, if it would have been an American fighter at the time, that would have happened too. History would have been over. Career over. So I got to go with Floyd. May 2nd.
Teddy, in the beginning you liked Mayweather, now you
Here's
like
Teddy.
Pacquiao. Why
Teddy
did you change your
Atlas.
heart?
He changed to Pacquiao.
I was thinking about the way he fought Madonna in his last fight. He had options. We all have options. We're in the greatest country in the world. We have options. People shouldn't forget
Teddy
that.
talking about some
we
shit
have
that don't
choices
matter.
Other people don't have. And he could have fought him where he made him miss and he spit back at him, but he didn't. He used his legs, and I'm not knocking him. He's a smart son of a gun. He's making a lot more money than me. So,
talking about Floyd.
But he used his legs, he pot shotted, and he grabbed. And he did it all night long. It wasn't a great fight, but it was an efficient fight for him. That showed me that he's moved towards that place that I'm talking about more and more careful. He's getting closer to the horizon where he's going to walk off with all that money. He wants to be okay. I don't blame him. But it shows you that he's thinking about that. And it's showing in the ring, in the way he goes about his business in the ring. So if he's going to be more defensive-minded maybe than ever before, that made me change my mind and say, maybe that gives Pacquiao a chance to outwork him.
I'll be there. I'll be at the fight. I'll be there.
This is Danny Garcia, an average
I
boxer.
I think it's whoever shows up that night can win the fight. Whoever shows up that night can win the fight. I believe if Manny Pacquiao doesn't try too hard, he has a chance. But if he goes in there and reckless, throwing millions of punches and he gets sloppy, if he uses his feet, come in and out, and use angles, he has a good chance. And as far as Floyd Mayweather, I just expect him to go in there, use his movement, stay away from the left hand, land the right hand, land a couple body shots, break him down a little bit, and get Pacquiao frustrated. And who I got winning the fight, I think whoever shows up that night will win the fight. But if I had to bet on somebody, I'll have to bet on Floyd Mayweather by decision.
Okay, you got
Floyd's father, fucking idiot.
The second just ain't getting here fast enough.
I think I slightly lean towards Floyd, only by the narrowest
knocked
margins.
out by both fighters.
It was a few years ago. Floyd looked untouchable, and Manny looked when he fought Timothy Bradley. Excuse me, and then Marquez, he looked. Like Manny had seen better days, and Floyd was looking better than ever. But lately Floyd has been looking not quite the force, still a wonderful force. Beating Maidana, that's no mean feat, but not quite at the standard we've expected of him. And to be honest, Manny has looked better and better since his bad knockout defeat. When you get knocked out, when you do get knocked out, the first one back is always the toughest, really. And I think Marquez has looked better and better since the Marquez knockout, and he's looking. He'll look at that fight of Floyd's against Maidana and think, I've got half a chance now. But if anyone's going to beat Floyd, it'd be someone who's got fast hands, fast feet. He's fought all the big punches. He's too good defensively. He picks them off and shoulder rolls, and I mean that's what he likes, fighters coming towards him. But I think if Manny uses the type of tactics he did against Oscar De La Hoya, uses his speed and movement and boxing, footwork in and out, I think that's the style that could beat Floyd. So it's going to be
Oscar
very, very
doesn't really
interesting.
have
But
speed. He gets hit.
Thank Lord it's on.
50-55, obviously I feel
Amir Khan.
Mayweather because obviously
Kind of a joke to me, but
better boxer, skillful fighter. Manny Pacquiao's been knocked out since then and stopped, and he's lost a few fights. But 5 years ago maybe it would have been a 50-50 fight, but now I think it's still going to be a 50-50 fight. You don't know what can happen, but I think I favour more towards Mayweather.
What do you feel each man has to do, in order to be victorious? What do you feel?
Mayweather has to just be smart, stick behind his jab, in and out movement, and Pacquiao has to put a lot of pressure on him and throw shots from different angles.
So when you think about the two fighters,
Mike Tyson,
and the people that gave Pacquiao the most difficult time in his career, only the people that threw over 100 punches around, Bradley, Marquez. Yep. Floyd doesn't throw nowhere near 100 punches around. He's more of a scientific fighter. He really clocks a lot, and he sits around and he poses, and this guy is all over straight moving. And I don't think that's just my opinion. I just don't think he's going to be able to play that plotting skill, like pop, pop, pop. I don't think this guy's.
Mike hates Floyd, to be honest.
This guy's like perpetual motion. He's all over the goddamn place. He's picking up. I just don't know.
He's got to jump on him really hard, though.
Oh, listen. Floyd got to fight the first couple of rounds. He has to fight.
Right.
He's not going to score. He's going to lose the round.
Right.
He's going to lose the round if he lay back. He's going to lose the round.
Well, that's what Cuss told Ali. You got to come out right away and smack him with something.
You got to come out punching. You got to throw a couple of boom, boom. You got to be punching. And you got to keep the jab, keep him at distance, and move and spin with him. Because the guy's like a Pac-Man. He's all over the place.
Okay. Now I gotta ask you about Mayweather Pacquiao. You've said many times in the past that you feel
Who
that
is this
Mayweather's
guy?
gonna win.
They don't say.
But I just wanted to ask you in the case that
Might be
Pacquiao does
Paulie
win, like, how do you think it will happen?
Fuck it.
I
One of the
think if
Italian
Pacquiao
bitches.
does win, we're going to have to see him controlling the range over Floyd. I think Floyd's biggest weapon is his ability to intelligently control range. And if Pacquiao can be the one to control the range, it means he'll dictate his ability to be inside and get off his combinations and be outside when he wants to. I think Pacquiao's biggest problem is going to be his ability to get off all those punches, because in order to get off all those punches, he's going to have to find his range. You can't be, no matter how fast you are, how hard you hit, if you don't find your distance and your range correctly, that's all ineffective, and you can't even get those kind of shots off. So I think the key to winning the fight is range control from both sides. I think Mayweather does it better than Pacquiao, but if Pacquiao can somehow figure out ways to control the range and steal the range, and by doing that, he's going to have to find creative ways of entering Mayweather's punch zone, aside from just jumping in. That's been my issue with Pacquiao. Mostly he just jumps in pretty much. No matter what he's doing, bouncing around all over the ring. At the end of the day, he stops bouncing and then just jumps in. So he kind of gives you that hitch. And I don't think you can afford that with a Floyd Mayweather. But if Pacquiao, he's in training camp. He's got a great trainer in Freddie Roach. And, if they do come up with some creative ways to cut distance without walking into counters and start to control that range and that distance, you're going to have to put Floyd behind the 8 ball. And that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Sugar Ray Leonard coming up.
I mean, he hasn't lost. He hasn't tasted defeat. But this fight is going to rely upon, who feels the A game that night. This is a very intriguing fight. It's interesting because this fight is long overdue. But because both of these guys, Mayweather and Pacquiao, are anomalies. They represent the sport. So this is really about bragging rights. It's really, that final fight of their career. I'm excited. I wouldn't bet my house on either guy, and that's what makes boxing what it is. When there is doubt.
Same way it was gonna pan out the first time.
Roger Mayweather, Floyd's trainer and uncle.
He's going to get his ass whooped now.
Man, it's going to be a hell of a
Antonio
fight. Man. I
Tarver.
can see both of these guys winning. I just want this fight to live up to the building, and I think it will, man.
You really think it's possible to live up to all the hype?
All the hype with this matchup, they got to fight. They got to fight.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Mayweather's going to do what he does.
This
man.
is Keith Thurman, WBA, WW
champ.
champ.
Move around the ring, and he's going to pop shot all night. Pacquiao's going to come in with flurries, punches and bunches. He's going to try to trap Floyd on the ropes and take advantage of that. At the same time, Floyd's even on the ropes. He's going to try to pop shot with that right hand. So, I expect a beautiful pop-shotting performance from Mayweather, and I hope to see a dog out of Manny Pacquiao.
Well, it's hard.
Andre Ward and Amir Khan's trainer, Virgil
Hunter.
Hunter.
I'm definitely not into who's going to win the fight because I don't look at it as
He's
a
not
fan,
going to say, listen.
Because I have a fighter who possibly can fight the winner. So I'll be looking at the winner a certain way and also the loser a certain way. But it's good that the fight is finally taking place, and it's great for boxing.
From a trainer's perspective, do you believe that Mayweather, he really does struggle with softballs a lot? And that, Manny could present a lot of problems for him?
Well, most fighters, orthodox fighters, have to figure out a southpaw, but you can't say that. I mean, you're talking about world-class southpaws. Every time he falls out, a lot of speed. Chop was a world-class fighter at that time. We're talking about old fighters. We're talking about young, tough fighters, that were in their prime and very dangerous. But
well, they're not really young in their prime, but still.
Because anytime a guy wins 9 out of 12 rounds, that's a shutdown. That's not a struggle. You can honestly say it took him a minute to figure it out. But no way, form, or fashion did he struggle, because if it went the whole distance and if it was close, maybe 1 by 1 round, you can say he struggled. But if he won 9 rounds out of 12, that was not a struggle. He just figured it out, and then he went on from there.
I really think
Bob
Manny has too much in his arsenal. I think he's
Pacquiao's
quicker.
promoter.
He's going to. He throws a lot more punches than Floyd does. I think Floyd's going to have a lot of difficulty dealing with Manny.
I think Floyd just got to beat Floyd and